Hey everybody, JCB here with the Awesomist, and you're watching an Awesomist Quickie. What does it mean to be an adult? Obviously it means getting a job, moving out on your own, paying bills, doing taxes, possibly even getting married or starting a family. But it also means being eligible for the draft. 18-year-olds can be drafted to fight and die in a war even if they're opposed to the conflict. 18-year-olds are allowed to make important decisions like casting a vote for president or governor. It means if you do something bad, you get tried and sentenced as an adult. Specifically, you won't be sent to juvenile hall where kids serve their time. You'll be put in a regular prison with the general population, which means murderers, rapists, and pedophiles. Being an adult also means you're required to serve jury duty, where you will help decide if other people in your community spend their lives in jail. You can buy fireworks, you can get a passport all on your own, you can buy the really good medicine behind the counter, open a bank account, sign contracts, invest in the stock market on your own, you can buy lottery tickets, which is a form of gambling, and you can see any movie you want without being accompanied by a parent. But that's not all. You can stay out all night, you can buy pornography, no questions asked, other than the obvious question, which is of course, why are you paying for porn? Have you not heard of the internet? Porn is literally everywhere. You can date whoever you want, assuming they too are of legal age, and at 18, you're old enough to have sex in every single state in America. You can buy a gun, you can smoke a cigarette, in some states, you can't do that anymore. In my home state of California, our Governor Jerry Brown just signed a law that'll make it illegal for anyone under the age of 21 to buy or smoke cigarettes. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of smoking. I hate what it does to the health of the smoker, and I hate what it does to the health of those near a smoker. I hate the ad campaigns the horrible tobacco companies have resorted to over the years, and most of all, I hate the smell. It gets everywhere and in everything. Even long after you've left the presence of a smoker, your hair and clothes will still stink of smoke until you've had the chance to wash it out. So personally, I'm no fan of cigarettes, but I am a fan of personal choice and responsibility, not to mention logical consistency when it comes to laws. 18 is supposed to be the magic number, the line in the sand that determines whether you go to jail with a bunch of kids or Bubba, whether you're kept safe from the vultures of war, or if you're at risk of being on the front line. This is the age that we as a nation have decided is the beginning of adulthood, where you are legally responsible for yourself. So why are we taking away the choices of grown-ass people? And you may be thinking it's no different than alcohol, and you are right. That too should be legal at 18. Here's a crazy idea. How about if you're an adult, you're an adult? Because really, you either are or you aren't. Adulthood is not something you should ease into. It's sink or swim. And if you are going to try to ease people into adulthood, why are you starting with the fun things like smoking and drinking and gambling? Why not start with taxes or jury duty? Make those things that you're eased into. I'm sorry, Mr. Legal Adult, but you can't smoke because it's best to take baby steps into adulthood. Ah, fuck, war, quick, take this gun and try not to die. If there is some evidence to suggest that 18-year-olds are not yet mature enough to make decisions about things like smoking or drinking or gambling, which is another 21 and over activity, then change the age of adulthood. Make it so that everything related to being an adult is off limits until you're 21, just for the sake of consistency. As of June of this year, it'll be perfectly legal for an 18-year-old to have sex, but illegal to have a cigarette afterward. 18-year-olds are allowed to vote for things like governor, but have been told by this governor that they can't be trusted to decide whether or not smoking is something they want to do. And I don't really understand why this law was even proposed. Smoking rates have been declining for years, so to pretend this is some sort of pressing issue is insane. It feels like kind of a gift to the tobacco companies, if you ask me. California just told millions of 18, 19, and 20-year-olds to stock up on cigarettes because come June they won't be allowed to buy them anymore. And then there is the whole forbidden fruit aspect of this decision. Making something off limits just makes it more desirable by those under 21. Smoking has been losing its cool factor pretty steadily since the days of James Dean, but now that it's been placed on the same 21 and over pedestal as drinking, it'll once again seem rebellious and cool to smoke at 16 or 15 or 13. When kids see their 16-year-old friends smoking, they're gonna be like, that's pretty cool, it's something even 20-year-olds aren't allowed to do. Tobacco companies are really the only ones who benefit from this reframing of their product. This to me is a step in the wrong direction. Instead of making cigarettes illegal for adults under 21, they should be lowering the drinking age and increasing awareness of the long-term health issues associated with both habits. This would help solidify adulthood as a concept, instead of this incomplete, wishy-washy hodgepodge of obligations and privileges that make no goddamn sense. And these ages are such arbitrary numbers. Imagine if there was some product or vice you couldn't partake in until you were 28. Like let's say 10 years into adulthood, you can now buy a house. After all, 18-year-olds just can't be trusted with the responsibilities of home ownership. To be honest, I wasn't any more adult at 21 than I was at 18. Heck, I'm not much more adult now than I was when I was 18. Yet as of June, if you're 18 and assuming you have money or credit, you can legally buy a house, but it will be illegal for you to drink or smoke in it. And if you're arrested for partaking in an activity like smoking that has been deemed by the state of California to be too adult for fucking adults, their answer is to try you as an adult and throw you in jail. America, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a big round of applause to my home state in particular, California, the ass of the country. So what do you think of this law? Is it stupid or do you support it, and why? Make sure you leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I make new videos every week, and until next time, keep being awesome.